All right, it just say uh, go live. So let's see if that starts it. All right, nice. We're live. All right, so you're seeing it? All right. Active. Active, right? Okay. All right, now let's wait to see. Let's wait for persons to join. Or what do you think? I think we can. Wait, talk. Let me see if I'm hearing you from the stream. You, you hear me? Yeah, you're supposed to hear me on the Zoom, but you're supposed to hear me on the stream. Because I'm not hear you. Yeah, no, me I hear you on the stream. It's all right, me I hear you on the stream. Me I hear you on the stream too. It good. All right. Turn on this so it no echo. All right, so Outlook. We're currently on XAU USD, aka gold, and based on, let's just do a fresh breakdown based on what I have right now. Let's use one that I've never used before. All right, so looking at gold right now, we're currently under 15 minutes, but I'll go up a time frame higher. So a few time frames higher to be exact. All right, so looking on the monthly candle, which we only have 1 day and 20 minutes left in right now, we can see that this month that we're currently in, we have one candle, which is a bullish candle, a strong bullish candle, might I say. And it is in the entire lineup, if you can notice, this has been the strongest push for gold in a long time because this candle that we're currently seeing right now with only 1 day and 20 hours left, it's a strong bullish candle, right? Compared to all the others right here previously. So that tells me that majority of the month, the gold chart, the gold market has been going up, and based on the interest rates still being high, Fed hasn't dropped the interest rates. We're expecting gold to continue soaring unless the interest rates drop down some more. So basically, we have strong bullish sentiment when it comes on to the markets going higher. Let me go ahead and zoom in on the screens where it shows better. So we have strong bullish sentiments based on fundamentals of the market going higher. All right, so let's drop down one time frame lower. This is on the monthly time frame, so let's go on the weekly time frame now. On the weekly time frame, we also see the weekly, well, the week had just started, by the way, so that's why this candle is so small. But as you can see, previous weeks is where we're seeing all the bullish momentum that made up the past few weeks that made up the monthly candle in which we were just on right now, indicating strong bullish volume. So I'm expecting the market to continue with this bullish volume going into the next month. Might receive a retracement, might not, but for the moment, let's trade what we see. So based on the weekly, we really don't have much to read other than the previous candles, which we already covered on the monthly time frame. So let's drop down to the daily time frame. This is also a small zoom. It doesn't have to be much long because being that this is the first zoom. So we have a few things that stood out to me immediately. We have a zone right here, an area of interest right there. We also have, this is on the daily time frame. We have a area, strong daily area right there on the daily time frame in which the market could go back down to respect anywhere in this area, because usually on gold we have strong taps in which the market at least comes down after each push, each strong push. You notice previously we have areas in which the market retests and touch the support or the resistance. So previously it's done it a couple of times, right? It doesn't have to touch it all the time, but sometimes it actually gives us a pullback or a retracement. So that is for the long term part of the trade. However, we are now trading what we see with where we're at right now, which is up here. So looking on the daily, right? There isn't much, being that the day had just started a few hours ago. And we also have the previous candles, right? To work off when it comes on to momentum. Dropping down to the 4 hour, there might be a level of resistance forming right here, as well as the previous 4 hour candle was engulfing, bearish engulfing, which indicates that the market might, and then based off this candle right here, 4 hour candle, in which we have bullet strong rejection at the top of the candle, indicates that the market might be retracing right now. So I'm hoping my trading time is after 11 p.m. So anything that comes after 11 p.m., my time, that is, then that's grounds for me to take the trade. So now I'm seeing a retracement. However, we did have a trade going from last week right there. Can be drawn, the fib can be pulled out and drawn on the 4 hour right now to see what levels the market could respect. We have a strong area of interest right here as well. As if you notice, when I drop down to the 1 hour time frame, we have a strong area of interest where we have multiple tops. We have a top right here. Hold on. We have tops here. Oh, wait, wrong tool. Tops are here, along here, along here, and here. Let me just clone this one. And here. Which we can expect the market to continue and come back down and test it, as well as the fib level right here. Let me go ahead and adjust the fib right there, right there. So for tonight, we're expecting a retracement down to this level right here, where the market can tap to continue the overall bullish momentum. So it's not really much for gold right now, but this is the move that I'm expecting. Comes back down by the time 11 p.m. comes around to continue push up to or negative 27%, or for target's sake, we can have our institutional level right here, which are all numbers, to tap into this right here, 3800 level, which is a level that we can look forward to gold pushing past actually. So we can expect it to push right here as our TP1 right there. And also, we also have our TP 2. This is the setup. We have our fib level. We also have it being area of interest. We also have previous support and resistance being showing that this is a strong area of interest, strong support and resistance. And let me see if I can draw a trend line as well for it to respect. So we can draw a trend line right there. That's what we're expecting off gold tonight. Pretty short, pretty simple. Understand? So at this moment, I'll go ahead and turn over to um, Currency Meech. Give me a second here. All right, so we can have Currency Meech start sharing his screen and going over what he has for, I think, US 30. So let me stop sharing. Not sure if you have your mic on, but I'm not hearing.
You hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
One second. Looks like that's in my give me 1 second. Yes. Okay. Sure enough. Um, I have the alright, good. See, because I had the monitor connected,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I show off something. So give me 1 second. Let me just fix this and then get back to it.
Okay. All right, then, no problem.
Right. So let me clear the screen.
Okay.
Share the screen. So this is US 30. This is the pair I trade, the only pair I trade at that. It's very simple. We all know that US 30 is at the all-time highs. We are seeing a lot of bullish momentum for this past month. We have, as I said before, 1 day and 20 hours left within the month, and we're seeing a lot of buying pressure as presented on the monthly time frame. When we drop down to the weekly time frame, we are seeing back-to-back bullish candlesticks, but we had a doji candlestick that was created last week, which it really just shows that the market was, I wouldn't even say stuck in a range. It was just wasn't a high volume week. It was a high volume week. Let me correct myself. It was a high volume week. I'm basing my trade setup off the 4 hour time frame right now because that's the time frame that's showing me structure the cleanest. So looking on the 4 hour time frame, we're seeing higher highs and higher lows being created, which is suggesting that the market is still in an uptrend. Now, last week we had the market pulling back into this area interest. Now, this area interest, I based it off the 1 hour time frame. This was a huge ass exhaustion zone. This zone was created on FOMC, so this was on Wednesday, September 17. This was FOMC. So FOMC created this area of exhaustion. I saw that the market came and tapped back in to that area, gave me a transition on lower time frames and started back the uptrend. So looking on the 4 hour, we have just created that point C area within structure. So we created our new higher low point. So if I should plot my fib, I would plot my fib from here, which would be my point A to point B. Market retrace to a 78.6 area on the fib, which is our PRZ area, our price reversal zone. And now we have that continuation to target our negative 27. Now it's a possibility that the market won't reach up there, but we won't know that until it happens. So I'm just trading what I'm seeing right now, and what I'm seeing is the market continuing on that bullish type trend. So what we're looking for in the morning is basically a continuation of the buys, right? We already started the push. We can't look for sales right now because, as I said, we started the push, and until lower time frame gives us that break of support, which is showing us that okay, it's a possibility that the market will reverse. We can't really pre or look for sales. We have to just focus on the buy. So market is fresh. We just open. There's a good amount of data here, but there's not enough for us to take a trade right now. So what we will be looking for is probably a little retracement to continue the buys, or we can get a big retracement to continue the buys. It all depends. As long as the market don't break past this area, which is at 45,800, 45,900 area, as long as we don't break past this level of support, the market is still bullish, the trend is still bullish, and we're only focusing on the buys for now. So that's basically it for US 30. It isn't rocket science. The market is very, very bullish, and you know, going with the trend, you can't go wrong when you go with the trend. So the trend is your friend. Follow the trend and you'll be good. So before I sign out, I'm going to show you guys the entry opportunities for this trade setup that could have been taken before it pushed off. So let me clear this up. Let me go over here so I'm clear it up quick and fast. All right, so boom. As I said before, I had this area as an area of exhaustion that the market tapped in. I actually drew it like this. You can draw it like this, or you can draw it like this. It doesn't matter. It's the same area, right? So the market tapped in this area of support, area of exhaustion, right? When we tapped in this area of exhaustion on the 15-minute time frames, we started to see certain things or certain areas being broken to tell us that okay, it's a possibility that this might be a valid area of support that the market will reverse from. So areas that were being broken are like these resistance areas right here that was broken, because if you're following the 15-minute trend, you would see lower highs, lower lows being created, right? So the market created a lower low, created a lower high here, then we had a higher low. So this higher low area of support is the first signal that okay, this market might be undergoing a transition phase on the 15-minute time frame. After we broke past that level of resistance, when we had our 1, 2 confirmation, market broke that area, created a higher high, and then came back and created a higher low. So entry opportunities that could have been taken were right here. You could have taken an entry based off this break and retest. Here, probably have your stop loss below that previous area support here for a 93-point stop loss. So you could have targeted the this is the 47,000 or 46,500 institutional level. Another entry opportunity was right here. I think this entry opportunity was taken on the lower time frame when the market came here and created another higher low point. signaling that there's potential for the market to continue pushing. And what did we do right here? We created another higher low point, signaling that the market has potential to continue. So as you can see, I had a random line plotted on this area. This is my new area of interest based on the lower time frames. Reason being, if the market should somehow violate that area, the trend on this time frame is going to change, and that trend is going to eventually affect the data that I'm seeing on the 1 hour or even the 4 hour. So if I see that level of support being broken, you know that the market will have to come and sell back all the way down here. And that level of support being broken might initiate that retracement to then pull back either to an institutional level or to our area of interest to then take buy opportunities back up to our all-time highs. So we're just focusing on buys right now for US 30. There's a lot of sell opportunities as well, but to have a clearer mindset or when it comes to decision making, because let's say for example, you took some sales here, right? If you took some sales here, you will be probably in profit, you feel good, but then the buys would present itself here, and because you're focusing on the sales that you took, you're going to miss out on that buy opportunity. And let's say the market retraces and you exit here, you basically gave back all the profits you made, plus you missed out on that nice buying opportunity. So it's better to just focus on the trend when it comes down to these type of market conditions, because as I said before, we're at the all-time highs. The market has never been up here before, as you can see based off the monthly time frame. This is the first time the market has ever been anywhere up in this area. So this is unknown territory right now. So best you just follow along with the trend and have a stress-free trading experience. You get me? So that is it for US 30. Have a good night and have a prosperous trading week. I hope everything goes well for y'all. And I hope y'all make some bread this week. That's it for my breakdown. I'm gonna hand it back over to Pips to pay out, and he will do the rest.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Kurrency Meech. So at this time, we're through breaking down both gold and US 30 for this session, which is today, Sunday. And you can catch us next Sunday. And on Instagram, you can also catch Currency Meech at his username right here, in which you can see on the screen, currency underscore Meech, currency with a K, right? And that's it, basically. Pips to pay out, signing off. Have a blessed week, blessed month. You understand? We're about to start a new month as well. Real, I think the next Sunday would be the 26th. Wait, let me double check. Let me see. My mistake. We're now at the 28th. So next Sunday would be the 5th, right? This week is which we're the week in which we're starting the new month, which it starts on Wednesday. But I wish you guys a prosperous start of the new month too, as well, being that we won't be able to bring it in with you guys. But yeah, stay profitable and enjoy the rest of your day.